Good
Hey,
morning.
hey,
I hope you missed
the,
me.
I- the Irishman is back.
Right. We are back. So, all right. How was the training for 2 weeks? The practice. What are the insights, progress, backwards, anything that happened? Gregor, report.
I see that the regular training is like a barometer who helps me, uh, tells me what condition I am. If I feel okay and I don't feel tired and I want more, it feels that I'm okay. And when I'm not feel energized during the training, I have the information that okay, today is I'm not in the optimal level. So this is the first point. Another one is that I keep practicing and I enjoy more and more. So I back up from too fast progress to to slow down and keep going. So that's the report. Practicing.
All right. So it seems that you integrating the capability to knowing that the body is different on different days and
Yes.
to learn to adapt to the training constructively.
Yeah, and so regarding to this, my question is okay. Let's say that that I not feel let's say full power. So should I skip training or should I lower the weight by 50% or even 60%, but do the training? How to approach it?
Is it a question?
Yes.
So in this situation, you have to develop more because you're the coach, right? So you have to sense what is the degree of not feeling good. So that degree not feeling good should tell you about the percentages. If you go to the training, feel a little bit sore, uh, not really recovered, refreshed, then it would be 90%, 80%, something like that. But if you feel, uh, that you have a bug or, or you are traveling and you didn't do training, you couldn't, and it like 5 days passed, and then you have to restore yourself backwards. So that's where the 50% is needed. And 50%, yeah, 50% is good. Or even you start with nothing with the happy body and move. Because when we are ill, like we have virus or something, then in these situations that you don't know whether the stress that you put on the body that you will be able to recover, right? So you have to more be gentle and learn how to work with the body to recover the body. So there is this curve going up and up and up, but the curve happens in trainings that sometimes it's you break the records and then you have to go down and integrate the record and then work with a little bit more to get more strength and then break the record later on. So it's not really straight line. It is up and down, right? Because the body is a physical nature. It's not really a robot, right? So it's a whatever we break the record, it needs to be integrated. But that level is the high level. So it means for the body, it's an effort to actually be again there. But during this process of adapting, that is the integration, and the body eventually becomes that and doesn't have any problem with that level. That is the time for next. But to know whether it's 50%, 90%, 100%, it's a crucial factor to mastering coaching. And without that, you can strain the body and the body will perform less and not more.
What I observe in myself, so this is the curve, but this curve has up direction. So, for example, let's say that when I'm not feeling in the optimal level, I still even when I reduce the weight by 50%, I'm still at the top of my top when it was the top weight when I was half year ago. So and this is optimistic.
Yeah, that because that level is integrated by the body. You already improved, integrated, and you're reaching for more. The hard choice is always when we reach for more, when the effort has to be mentally created, but physically integration happens and it needs time. The body needs time, and every body is different. So integration to that level is always subjective and always aligned with the person. That how much is more, and how the immune system works in that body, and what is that body needing to adapt and to recover and adapt to that level. So there is a accumulation has to happen. How many days of training is needed for that moment when adaptation happens? Okay, so it means that this how many trainings have to pass and on what level is something that is subjective and up to that athlete that trains. And it goes with flexibility, it goes with strength, it goes with the speed, it goes with the posture, with everything that we want to improve. Any questions about that?
No, thank you.
Anyone? Right, Thomas. Yeah.
Hi, welcome back. So for me, 2 weeks ago, I noticed I had a little bit of, again, my knee situation was still there. So I decided to incorporate some sprints in my training. And that was really nice. So I basically did like half an hour workout where I would do 4-second sprints and like 2-minute breaks in between, sometimes longer. And then just really go all in with the short sprints, and that was really, really nice. I did the stretches, like you said, Teresa was asking you, just did our stretches like always afterwards, so that was perfect. And then recently, when I started lifting again, I got a little bit too confident because I felt amazing that day. And I put on too much weight. So after like the third or fourth set, I noticed that on the second repetition when I went up, in the back of my right shoulder, I pulled something, or like something didn't feel right. So yeah, so then I just continued with the happy body and just with lighter weights. And a couple of days ago, I tried again, but it was still too much weight. So I still felt it in my shoulder. So now I'm only doing again super light weight training, happy body, and sprinting. And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so mathematics is the way of microprogression.
Yeah. I was not patient.
It's a way to avoid anxiety and temptation for faster and so on. So it is a safety valve. I follow completely the mathematics. So when when I coached the cerebral palsy boy, that over 5 years, so he couldn't lift 15 pounds, and after 5 years he lifted 160, right? So I had this microprogressive system. I have a cerebral palsy boy that his tendons can break, or ligaments. So everything have to adapt every time to the next level. So you have to give yourself time. First, you have to understand mathematics, how much time, and then you have your thinking on top of it, right? You think about, oh, I will stay 2 weeks. I don't feel anything, but I will stay another week on 19 inches. Feels good. I will integrate, and then I will go down, but I don't know yet how much. So that has to be in the brain, and it has to be the most important factor. So when you really use microprogression, you're safe. And when something happens, it never happens a major thing that you have to drop so much. Usually it's a soreness, something that minor thing that is easy correctable. When you progress fast, then something major can happen that requires you completely backward, right? So with microprogression, is that it's a way of progressing in a safe mode, and it's beautiful. It's really, when you understand and imply it, it works. It works so beautifully that it's amazing. You can go from 20-inch box to the ground, and it can happen to anybody. If mobility is not the problem, it means there is no obstruction, physical obstruction, there is no reason for anyone to be flexible, that a person can sit down completely and be in the squat position, sitting easily. So the same strength, the same sprints, the same speed. Did you run, you said 4 seconds versus The distance.
2-minute breaks.
Did you run the distance?
Well, no, I ran always the 4 seconds.
So run the distance. So the
Okay.
distance is, we picked up 40 yards, not meters. Why
Yeah.
40 yards? Because the world is lining with football players. And football players run 40 yards, and 40 yards is measured by power of those who are high school, coming out of high school, going to college, and drafting happens. So the 40 yards is measured. 40 yards is known in the world, what is the record and everything else. So when you run 4 seconds, you don't know how fast you run. That is vague for you. You just like exercise, right? There's no goal, you exercise. When you measure 40 yards and you run 40 yards, then you know what is the time, your time, and what is the world record right away. What is the college guys around this? What is the seniors guys run? So you can think about that, and you can also focus the brain on reaching a little bit more to break the record. So the way it's set up, that when I go to run my 40 yards, I go on let's say my 6 seconds is the record. So I run 12 seconds. I learn over time what is 12 seconds. So I run 12 seconds. Then next is 60%. I run 11 seconds and 10 seconds, and then 9 seconds, 8 seconds, until I'm around 6 something on 90%. And then I run with everything what I have had that day. And I write my time. So sometimes I break the record. And that's sometimes. Sometimes it can be half a year, you're not breaking it at all, right? So this is the records are important. That's why the standard in the happy body are important. They are goals. They are your mathematical possibilities, your mathematical aim to improve. That you need it. You really need the numbers. And then you, around the numbers, you can, set up the micro-progressive system. Sometimes when I run 90, I feel 90%. I feel in calf something or in hamstring. Then I don't 100%.
Yeah, I did the same. Yeah.
Can pull something, right? The sprint is the sprinters are the most flexible from all the runners. Why? Because the speed calls for longer stride, means flexibility. Like you see the picture behind, right? That's flexibility, right? But that's right. Also, the cheetah. I showed you one time cheetah, how the stride is long and stretches everything. It doesn't happen in marathon running. They just run sometimes using calves only, not even quadriceps. So in a sprint, when it comes to sprinters, the whole hips and quadricep, hamstrings, everything is challenged to the extreme level, to the level of possibility.
Would you just repeat your sort of like how many sprints you do, like when you do this sprinting workout, and how much do you rest in between?
2 minutes.
Curious about that.
2
Also
minutes.
2 minutes.
And I run 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And then drop after 100.
Percent.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
In
Yeah.
time is very easy to see. And I drop to 80% after. And then there is did I show you the 5 broad jumps? Right? So after the sprints, we do 5 broad jumps.
Ah,
So it means 5, right? So so you jump, you hop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't stop between. The first time. So the workout is after the sprints, we do the hops. So after the hops, when you first time you are there, you don't know your record, right? So you intuitively jump 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. When 100 happens, it's for merit. Merit, you have to really do the sprints and jumps because you really progress in weightlifting. And plyometrics is the 100% needed in weightlifting. So what happens when you say, let's say 30 feet is your record. So when you come next training session, you line your measure tape and you see where this 30 feet is. You put the shoe there or something to mark it. And also you put on the 15 because that's the 50%. So when you jump 50%, you jump 1 foot ahead of 50. And then you start doing this until 90 is close to the 100%, but you are capable to break the record. That's how far you have to be. Not too close to it, but just before that you know that 100% you're going to break the record. Okay? So that's how we do the 5 jumps, broad jump.
and you do them after every sprint interval or only after the 100%?
After sprinting. So
Okay.
also do not try to break records too much. The brain likes to break records. So that's why weightlifters avoid breaking records too much. Then they wait for another day. So that's where adaptation and everything works. Everything works that way because it's you feel good when you break the record. See, so you don't really try to break from 100 pounds to 150, even if you can. So it's a you have to develop the pleasure and liking breaking records. But that is first mathematical, and then because once you are sprinting, it's really hard to do it. That how much to do it? You go 100%. When you do the jumping, you really can, more set up certain ways. And the same in breaking snatches and things. You can set up the snatch, break the record, and be happy and satisfied. And then our immune system is in the zone of feeling good. And that is important. the brain dreams about breaking record, another one.
Last question, Jersey. So in total, there would be 6 sprints of 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And that's it, and that's over. Then the training's over.
That is over. And we do it once a week,
Yeah, okay.
right? It can be done in twice a week, the most advanced elite athletes could do, but it's very stressful on the body system to recover after such sprints and jumps.
I think we have to do this with like sprinting shoes, right? And not like
Yes.
not with,
Yeah,
makes sense.
there's spike shoes, right?
Yeah.
We have spike shoes, special shoes, Asics or serious shoes for sprinting on the track. Yeah, we have those, and we use those to sprint. Any question?
Interesting. I just felt like the sprints are less on a toll on the body than working with weight. Well, of course, if I overload too much. But yeah, I wouldn't be sore the next day after sprinting. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's when you do it continually over weeks. There is no such thing as soreness. Can be very little, and the next day you're ready. That's the point. That how you do the training, you cannot break it too much because you can be too sore, and then you are too sore. So you will the next day you can do only 70% of the training, and not 100%, right? So that's the wisdom of the recovery of the coach. So the coaches, when they write programs, they have to be aware how much to put on the body, that particular athlete body, because it changes with level of intensity or level of where that athlete is in comparing to the world level. At the beginning, we recover quickly, and at the end, it has to be more specifically designed system, especially when athletes are 80% of world level, going to 90.
Last question for in between. Is there any stretching happening between the sprints? Is it like stretching of the quadriceps what we do also between sets when we lift? Or
you can do some gentle stretching, not aggressive, because becoming flexible over time is a masterpiece. It's not really something that you can fix it. The brain that wants to fix something is anxiety brain. So you have to have a brain of going with it and feeling more how much the body likes it, and go with it, pass a little bit, and come back. So you're working with the body, not really having anxiety to reach for more. And flexibility is the recovery system. So if you stretch too much, you will be too sore the next day. Have you ever done yoga? Next day you can be sore like hell, right? So and then you will not be able to train.
Cool. Thanks.
Right? Anybody wants to ask question around whatever we talk? This is really important for Margaret because Margaret is a mentor. She wants to coach people. So it's really important really to talk to others about microprogression from the right way so the people understand why slow process, so they can accept slow process. As soon as you present for people that they will get there, and also present the danger of doing certain things that actually can contribute to not getting there. And that is important. You know, every client, I have to spend a lot of time on creating in the mind acceptance of what we do and why we do that way.
It's been very useful for me, Jersey, to be learning something completely new and to discover the issues that I can have. And, I have this kind of mantra now for myself, patient practice. I've had, the boxes up at 50 centimeters now for quite a while, and I haven't increased the weights, but yet I still feel the benefit of the practice. And noticing things, and which is what I also talk to others about, what are you noticing in your day to day as a result of the practice? And I notice, one of the days, and in the early stages, I couldn't have my arms out wide holding the bar. They just wouldn't. I had some issues with the backs of my hands, and I was finding things that I didn't know were a problem. And just one day, swinging the bar up, and my hands wanted to go all the way out. That's the only way I could describe it. My hands wanted to go all the way out. They were suddenly able to. And it's a hard thing to believe unless you've experienced it.
Yeah, you also develop this subtle capabilities of feeling the body on the same level. Like you described, 15 inches, and you stay there, and you stay there. And during these different days, there are more subtle messages that are happening. Learning those messages. And during this process of learning, you learn where your feet are, where your pulls are, tensions are, where something was, as is not there anymore, when something new appeared. And it's a map of shift and changes and improve, but also the brain develops this capability of communicating in the cognitive way with the body.
I remember when I first worked with you some years ago, you showed a film. I know you have the current film, Prisoner No More, out, which is wonderful, but you were working with an older man who was, growing younger as you worked with him in terms of his capabilities. And I wonder what happened. Is there a film made of him? Did you hold on to the footage you had of him? Because I think, as you know, the messages, the narratives that we get as we grow older is certainly contrary to anything about getting stronger or more flexible in the mainstream.
Yeah, well, it is because it is not only contrary to what people think, but contrary to what nature wants.
Well,
right? So there are, two things are happening because the society is right, that we get older and then we lose muscle, we got sarcopenia, osteoporosis. We have difficulties to control the calories. So all of this happened. Aging is depressing, right? So it's all deterioration of the body system. And those who experience that, they really know, right? So, like 99% of people or more, even more, can deliver to you that is true, that we deteriorate, and the medicine and research, everything supports that. But the research also supports that also we can get better.
Yeah.
Right? So small, but it is. And the research also supports that when we lose weight, we live 40% longer. Just like that. It can be also the exercise, the part of it, because wherever it happened, people were engaged in the daily activity in spite of how old they were. So this daily activity can be the exercise, the happy body. The happy body is very gentle way of replacing gardening, replacing, in Costa Rica, Sumatra, or somewhere in the Greece, that you're walking to the church up and down on a daily basis, right? So it's this daily mentally created routine that we do every day, and it helps us to restore the body on a daily basis. That the body knows the routine, so it's easier actually to do when we are 90s. When we are in 60s, it's still the body is more capable. But when it's 90, so it's really hard to bring the body to 90 that is flexible. It's usually the stiffness is increasing in 60s and 70s and 50s probably too. So this losing this flexibility is one of the nature's way to say goodbye, because that's the part of deterioration. So to be flexible is not normal. To be stronger is not normal. To be faster is not normal. But there is a huge gap between those who do something what is abnormal, so what nobody does it, like Olympic weightlifters, let's say, and those who don't do anything. That's why the happy body was created on the knowledge that there is a gap. And that gap is huge. It's like, suddenly, 25 years or 30 years of capabilities. So when people come to my office, my place, my gym, and they are in 70s, they look and behave and like they are my fathers. So they are weak, they are stiff, they complain, they are in pain, they fear that they will die soon. All of it is there. But if I show them the gap between me and them and capabilities that they can really progress, actually, that their nature wants something from them which is negative at the time, but they can change the levels of it. So that's beautiful. That's possible. To see the possibility of that is crucial. So people come to my place in 60s and 50s and 70s. When they see us, They like what they see, and they have hope. They have hope. And then they have also knowledge and understanding in mathematics that it is possible, that something can be done about that. And that is really inspirational and motivational. That's why people keep doing the happy body, because they know that they feel better when they do it. And when they stop doing, when they come back to it, they say, well, I've never felt better than when I was doing the happy body. I remember that, I come back to it. So we try to implement that. And I'm in the process of writing, actually, because people ask over and over, like, that the steps are not really clear. And so the philosophy behind the steps. So we are focusing on the happy body step by step. It's a way, day by day, week by week, month by month, to create this brain. Why are we doing what we are doing? Because that is an important element of continuing something for years and for life. It has to deliver the progress, has to give the person knowledge. We want. I remember, this couple came one day in Thursdays, and they said, "You tell us what to do, we'll do it, but we won't guarantee." So what's the guarantee? Then we will get better, and we will have longevity, and we'll live into 90s, and we'll have quality of life. I said, this guarantee, you have it from me, because it's in the happy body. There's no way that you can do the happy body and it actually gets worse. It is designed like goodness to get better. It is the nature of it. Like, people don't understand the snatch. The snatch nature is power. The squat nature is strength, is not power. No matter what, the nature of the squat will not deliver the power. So the nature of the move and the nature of whatever is designed, you have to really know what is the nature. So don't expect from something more than something can deliver. So if you are an explosive athlete, like a football player, then you have to engage in snatches and not the squats. Primary. The squat can be supportive to support the strength for the snatch to happen, but it is supportive exercise and not primary. If an athlete does only squats and deadlifts to support the power, athletics will get slower, because these two exercises will create more slow twitch muscles, and the athlete can get slower. That's why Olympic weightlifting, that's why plyometrics, and that's why 40 yards and hops, because these are the things that have the power. Because they are designed for this snapping. The snapping on the sprint is different experience, and the hops in overcoming increasing weights, like what's happened in snatch, is interesting. How the power works in that on this level. The more we lift, in the shorter period of time, that's what the power is. And you cannot do it in the squat, because in the squat is even we think to do it fast, but we don't do it fast because it's necessary, like in a snatch, because the bar can crash you. The fear of crashing is there. So its nervous system works differently. All right. Thank you, Margaret. Well, I hope you're doing a good job there. And, you know, it's good that you came to the lead. With this first year, we have a lot of elements in coaching. And those things, this coaching is not only about lifting. The recovery is more important than lifting. If the coach makes mistakes on the recovery, the athlete is overtrained and can be injured. And it can be injured really badly when the career is lost. So it's a very serious thing and a very important aspect of Olympic weightlifting coaching. And, you know, any recovery, right? Daily recovery, whatever day is. That's why, you know, I wrote this preface to the Thbe about my coach and running to the forest. He said that my job is to keep your body happy, because that's the sign that I can attack new records. I can keep attacking. My nervous system is restored, recovered, and I can do it. It's refreshed. And as soon as you put too much on the body is getting tired, exhausted. It's more time. So to create 5-day program system is a challenge for the coach. What day and how days relate to each other, what weights, what is the percentages? Extremely complex. Sometimes my client comes and tells me that change the numbers. So I say, you change my numbers? You're the coach now. It's like, I don't know what you're doing. You see, you cannot change my numbers. If you change my numbers, you are in your own way, because I'm not relating to you anymore. You pay me for giving you numbers. And my 50 years of Olympic weightlifting practice roll those numbers. My 50 years and the quality of it wrote those numbers. It's not like today, or, you know. So that's why the situation was about Picasso. Picasso was in the, to relate to the story, was in a coffee shop, and he was drawing something on a napkin. And a woman recognized him and saw it. When he was leaving, she came to him and said, "Master, can I have the napkin?" And he said, "Yes, $20,000. And she said, $20,000 for 5 minutes of drawing? And he said, it's not 5 minutes. It's made 60 years. Drew that, what is on the napkin. So that's why I tell people over and over, keep doing over and over the same, because the more years you spend on something, the more the master you become. And you can see from this perspective of Picasso that, 2 years or 1 year is a laughter. For people that really become the master of something, 1 year is a laughter. So you cannot even say anything about after 1 year of doing anything. what kind of quality is that you got, right? That's why they say, oh yeah, 10 years. Yes, 10 years is good. In 10 years, usually athletes become to the top. After 10 years of tennis, after 10 years of pole vaulting, weightlifting, about 10 years. And it's true, they come to at 12-year-old. I have this 12-year-old. Parents are bringing to my place. And she is, she's competing and she is at the beginning of it. In 10 years, if she keeps up with it, well, she can fight with the world. Maybe. If she does everything the right way, right? Because it's that doing the right way is the the coaching, right? What is the coaching and what is the how we do what we do? This nervous system is the place where everything can happen for better. The brain has to improve, right? And one wants to add about that something before you go to nerve. Right, Matt? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think around 4 weeks ago, I hurt my back. And then yeah, I tried to keep it very lightweight after that. I mainly did heavy body and tried to actually strengthen my back after that for around 2 weeks. And yeah, I mean, after 2 weeks, I was feeling okay. Like I didn't feel any pain. But I guess I got injured pretty badly because like yeah, I didn't feel like I wanted to do weightlifting because of the pain. So yeah, I just kept it off for 2 weeks, and then I started adding like the our exercises more after these 2 weeks. So right now I am doing it normally. Although I'm doing the exercise at around 70% of what I was doing before still. So I still have some sort of fear that I may trigger the same pain. So yeah, that's why I'm just like, taking it slow, I guess. So yeah, I think I overtrained a bit, so that's what I think happened. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep it light so that I can just get to the same level without injuring myself again.
Yeah, do you know overtraining is one thing, but also you are in a place where you don't drop the weight.
Mhm.
You know, when you don't drop the weight, you have to put it by your body. And this is the time when you can compromise the back. You bend your back to actually capture it. And you use spinal erector, then they got stiff, they can overuse. It's a small muscle, and then because of overusing it, that
Mhm.
overuse can stiffen it and grab it, right? So it could be that you need to find a gym where to train
Yep.
properly because you start lifting 40 kilo and passing 40 kilo, right? So it's and when you do it so many repetitions, that can wear the body out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel that right now. I'm throwing the bar. Um, I also feel that now that I can just throw it into like I have some crash pads that I throw to. But yeah, definitely, I think I'm just gonna find the gym. Uh, so yeah, that I think that's gonna be helpful. But yeah, even just dropping onto the crash pads is insanely helpful for me.
So actually, you are dropping now the weight to the crash, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just trying. Like, I don't really know how to throw properly. I guess I'm not sure.
Oh,
Uh,
so, yeah, I have to show you how to drop the weight. But
Yeah.
but the way to drop, when you hold the weight up, right?
Yeah.
When you hold the weight up, you
Yeah.
do not use the arms to drop, right?
Okay.
You step back one step
Mhm.
and the other one, and you let it go like that. You
Okay.
do not activate your arms to drop. You step because the bar will go vertically down. So when you're holding, you have to step up of the trajectory of the bar.
Yeah.
You step back. That's it. It's the same as the clean and jerk you have here, and you step back. You see, and you can see the weightlifter. Watch sometimes they step back, the bar goes down. They are not pushing the bar off. They are stepping back. So learn that. Watch for it. Stepping back. Do not activate your arms to do anything with the bar horizontally. Move the bar forward. No, you are stepping back so the bar goes down. You release it. And you have to have 2 steps. That's why in the old style, it was 1 step, second, and then we used to that the arms kind of ended up this way, and the bar sometimes bounce, so you have the palms that way. Today they're not doing that. They are step back and the bar goes down.
So you're not trying to, you're not trying to keep the bar down, like it can bounce.
No,
Okay.
but you can, because you have crash pads, so they will absorb.
Yeah.
The bar will not bounce. So there's no reason for controlling it. It used to be that those bars were bouncing more than today. Today, like it's more like they glued to the ground. So there is no reason to control that. And sometimes it was disrespect to the bar. In the past, people thought differently about that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I watched some videos, and I was trying to do that, like the same that you showed. So I can, in the next week, I can also show you, while doing the training.
So
You can
next
also
Wednesday, let's see you guys how you train, and then we're going to Poland. August 1st, 31st actually, until 15. So we'll be traveling in Poland. I will miss you guys again. So again, possibility for you to practice your mastery. And
You could work out in Krakow, Jersey.
yeah, exactly. So I will see Grzegorz and I will see Thomas. Grzegorz in Warsaw, I guess, and Thomas I will see in Krakow. So all right.
I'm sorry I didn't see you in Ireland, Jersey.
Oh yeah, well, that's okay. Next time.
Next time. I must go now. I'm sorry.
All
Thank
right.
you.
And the word, Margaret, what's the word before you go?
Integration.
All right. Grzegorz?
Okay.
My word will be, give me some more time.
All right. Thomas?
50 years.
Okay. All right, Mary.
recovery.
All right, that's a good one. Grzegorz?
Micro progression.
All right. Mine is coaching. All right, guys. See you in a week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.